Hello, in this video I'm going to show you what it looks like to first get started with Microsoft Teams in the new system we are creating in Hudson River Presbytery. We're hoping to utilize the system for various committees such as Committee on Ministry and Council and perhaps more in the future. When you've been added to a team, you should receive an email from Microsoft Teams, and you should see it looks like this type of an email address. If you don't see it in your inbox, you should check your spam filter just in case it ended up there. And then the subject line, you should see something like this: you've been added to a team in Microsoft Teams. In this case, in this example that I am setting up for you, we can see that Microsoft Teams, in this example, that I've been added to the Committee on Ministry team. And this is what the email will look like. It gives you the option to open Microsoft Teams if you already have it on your computer. And if we scroll down, we'll see that there is also an option to download Microsoft Teams if I do not already have it on my computer. As you can see, Microsoft Teams is available on both Windows and Mac. And it's also available on the mobile version of iOS for Apple users and Android as well. Scrolling back up, we're going to take a look at what it looks like to first get started with Microsoft Teams, as I said. So assuming that you are a new user and you have not logged yet into Microsoft Teams after downloading it, we are going to click here, the Open Microsoft Teams. You'll see that it prompts me to open Microsoft Teams. Since I already have it on my computer, I can click yes, open Microsoft Teams. But if you do not have Teams on your computer, you see that it can prompt you to either download it or to use the web app version instead. In this instance, we are going to download Microsoft Teams, or in my case, open it since I already have it on my computer. But I encourage all those who are using Teams to download it on their computer. So we're going to proceed by clicking Open Microsoft Teams. On my computer, I had a prompt come up to sign in. And with this email address, I already have a Microsoft account. If you don't have a Microsoft account, you will be prompted to create one. So I'm just going to enter in my password and then click sign in. After signing in, Teams will open up on your computer. We can see here it says welcome to Teams. And if you're looking at this home screen right now as a new user, you will want to click on this drop-down menu right here. And then we could see Hudson River Presbytery Guest. And we will want to click that. Now after we click Hudson River Presbytery Guest, we will want to click Continue. After you finish downloading or opening Microsoft Teams, you will want to get familiar with the home screen. Before we start, just a note that Microsoft Teams is compatible with both Apple and Windows devices. The Microsoft Teams app functions almost identically on both operating systems. What we do on one should work for the other. For the purposes of this video sample, this walkthrough, we will be using a Windows PC. Everything that is done here should be achievable almost in an identical manner on an Apple machine. When you first open Microsoft Teams, you will notice three different distinct columns. On the very left-hand portion of the screen, if we move our mouse over there, we will notice a very small column with different icons. From top to bottom, we will see that they are labeled Activity, Chat, Teams, Calendar, Calls, Files, and three icons or three dots which indicate there are additional options or apps. We will get to these later on. In this in-between column, we will find teams written in big, bold letters. If you belong to more than one team, they will appear below. The view you are currently seeing is from the administrator's perspective. Therefore, we see 3 teams. We see Hudson River Presbytery, we see HRP Council, and we see the Committee on Ministry. Lastly, in this furthermost column that's on the right and takes up a large portion of the screen, we see the area which functions in many different ways, both as a workspace, a place to have conversations, but we'll get to those in a little bit. Assuming that this is your first time using Microsoft Teams, HRP Council should be the only team that is listed. But if you belong to more than one team, you will want to make sure that you are clicking on and located the correct team. For example, right now I am currently viewing Hudson River Presbytery. But let's say I want to navigate to HRP Council. I make my way over to the middle column where Teams again is located, and I can click on HRP Council and see that I am in the correct place. If I need to get back to another team, I can always refer to this column or click Teams in that very left-hand column. So let's start with navigating the different portions of this channel. The example we're using again is Hudson River Presbytery Council. When you first open a channel, the first place you will be brought to most likely, in this case, is Post. Post functions as the main screen for this channel. We will see that as the administrator, I have options to add people, to create more channels, or to open an FAQ. But as a user who is a part of the presbytery, these are not functions you should have to utilize. However, functions that I would want to utilize in this channel for HRP Council is the conversation section. For the purposes of this training exercise for Hudson River Presbytery Council, part of the first exercise will be replying to a post. For this purpose, you see one sample post from Casey Carbone, who says reply to this post with your name and favorite beverage. For example, Casey and coffee. If you see a message such as this and you would like to reply, or if someone posts a question and you would like to reply, we will move our mouse down to below the conversation point and click reply. You see now that a type box has opened up. I can format the text. I can include an attachment. I can include an emoji, a GIF, stickers, schedule a meeting, meet now, stream, praise, approvals, etc. The primary function you will want to utilize most likely is the text options and the ability to attach a file. So once again, to reply to this post, I will want to move my mouse over the reply button. After clicking it, I will type my reply. When I'm ready to reply to this post, I will move my mouse over the paper airplane icon and click send. Please note that posts made here in this general area of the Hudson River Presbytery Council are public posts. This means that anyone who is a member of HRP Council are able to see what is posted. We will get to private chats in a moment. Now, to start a new conversation, you will want to move your mouse to the purple icon on the bottom with an iPad-looking symbol that says New Conversation. We will want to click New Conversation, and we can see that we have similar options as before. Part of the exercise for HRP Council and training and getting familiar with teams will be to start a new conversation in the general section under Posts. Part of this will be to type your name and to say what congregation you are from or that you are representing. After I type my conversation post, I will once again move my mouse over to the paper airplane icon and click Send. In a similar manner, you can see that people can reply to either of these, including to start a new conversation. The system administrator, or those who have the ability to do so, will occasionally pin messages. This means that messages do not get lost in a thread. It may be highlighted for everyone to see. Only one post may be pinned at a time. So once again, for the first portion of this exercise for posts, the first exercise will be to reply to a conversation that has already been started. And the second exercise for posts will be to create a new post or new conversation of your own. That covers the posts section of Microsoft Teams. Moving on from posts, we are going to tackle files. You will notice up at the top of the screen where I can see HRP Council to know that I am in the correct channel, there is the word General. Next to General, I will find tabs such as Post, Files, Wiki, Tasks, and Meeting Notes. If I want to navigate to File, I move my mouse to the top of the screen and click Files. For the purposes of this video, you will see that some documents have already been added. We can see that there are council minutes, Holy Cow dashboards, partnerships, a presbytery design, HRP congregations membership for 2021, and HRP Teams exercise, which we will get to in a moment. Familiarize yourself with navigating this files section. Similar to your computer or phone, which has folders, you can click on a folder such as Council Minutes. And you can find which document you would like. You then have the option to either clicking back using these back arrows, or to take your mouse and navigating this timeline, move back from 2017, the folder we are currently in, back to General. Users or members of this channel have the privilege to upload new files, whether they be from their personal computer or other source. Members also have the ability to create new files. To create new files, move your mouse over to the New section, which is identified with a plus sign. If you click the down caret arrow next to the word New located on the right-hand side, you see that we can create a new folder, a new Word document, an Excel workbook, a PowerPoint presentation, a OneNote notebook, forms for Excel, or a Visio drawing. Note that these are completely new documents that work within Microsoft Teams for this channel. If you would like to upload a document from your computer, you can click Upload, or you can click the down caret next to Upload on the right-hand side and select either files or folders from your computer. If you upload files or if you create new files, the main portion of the screen that you are on is where they will appear. Meaning if I create a new Word document, and I go back to Files, it will appear in the General section of the screen. However, if I clicked on Partnerships and created the document the same way, it would appear in Partnerships, not General. If you created a file or upload a file and need to move it to the correct place, you see that there are three icons or three dots that appear on the line where the file is listed when you hover your mouse. If I click these three dots, which signify Show Actions, one of these options is the one we want to use to move. And we can see that under Open in SharePoint, there is a Move option. You can see that I have the option now to move this document to any one of these sections of the team channel. If you need to delete a document or a file or folder, you will want to hover your mouse, click it, the circle that appears on the left-hand side, and click the trash can, which signifies delete. If you deleted an item accidentally or you deleted a piece of information that is important, please contact the Microsoft Teams administrator who has the ability to undelete and recover such documents. The last portion we are going to cover under Files is working with an actual file. Part of the exercise for the Council training is to find and locate HRP Council Teams exercises, which once again is located by clicking Files and finding it under the General section. If I click now HRP Teams exercise, you will see it opens up to a blank Word document. Part of the exercise will be to leave your favorite color. Since all members who are part of this channel have the ability to edit Word documents, please navigate to this file, start a new line, and add your favorite color, followed by your name. Once you're done editing a Word document, such as this one, move your mouse over to the upper right-hand side and you will see the option to close the Word document. That covers this portion of Files for Microsoft Teams. However, please know that before the council meeting, some documents such as Holy Cow dashboards and the Presbytery design chart, including minutes, have been uploaded, so please check those out beforehand if you would like to familiarize yourself more with navigating Microsoft Teams. We are going to start next with tasks. Tasks can be found once again on the upper bar, same as posts, same as files. We will be skipping over Wiki for the time being. Once I locate tasks, I click and find that I can add a task, or if there is no task present, a default template appears. Here, HRP Council members will be able to create, assign, set due dates, even prioritize tasks. For example, if I do a test for a task, I can include who that task is assigned to. I can set a due date as well. Once I add that task, I have the ability to edit further by once again clicking the three dots that appear. Or I can edit more by clicking on the task itself, not using the three dots. If I click on the task itself, it brings me to another menu or a place to see more details about this task, which you see I can change information about whether it has been started or not, whether it's in progress or completed. I can also set a priority as well, including descriptions or other attachments or comments that are needed. Tasks that are completed or marked as completed by clicking this circle here do not completely disappear. You will see that they appear in a completed tasks list and are still accessible if you click on them. If you would like to categorize your tasks, you see up in this section next to To-Do that there's a section called Add New Bucket. If I click Add New Bucket, I can type or change its name. For example, I can call it Partnerships and add tasks that are related to partnerships. And the same is true if I kept adding on new buckets. If I no longer need a column or a category for tasks, I can click the 3 dots that appear, click delete, and I can delete that group of tasks. That concludes the tasks portion of Microsoft Teams for Hudson River Presbytery Council. We will cover one last section of Microsoft Teams for the Hudson River Presbytery Council training. You will see that regardless of whether or not we have been in posts or files or tasks, one icon has been persistent, and that is Meet, which you can locate in the upper right-hand corner of Microsoft Teams. If I would like to create a meeting or schedule one, I can do so by clicking the caret next to it and select either Meet Now or Schedule a Meeting. Scheduled meetings will appear here under the Post section of the Teams channel. When the day and time has arrived for the meeting, members will be able to click Join Now from this portion of the Microsoft Teams channel. Meetings that are already in progress will also appear here and will be open to those who would like to join. To show you a glimpse of what you can do inside a meeting, we will click Meet. For the purposes of this video, we will skip adding other information, and we will click Join Now. Once we are in the meeting, you will see that I first am able to invite people to this meeting. Otherwise, if I exit out, you will see that this looks very familiar to Zoom. If I operate or move my mouse up to the top portion of the screen here, you will see that I can click Show Conversation. And much like Zoom, if I navigate down, I can see that I can type a message. I can say whether the message is important or not. I can add attachments. I can do checklists or other items and other things that you might find in Zoom. If I click the people icon, you can see the participants who are in the meeting. Similar to Zoom, if I click or move my mouse to this portion of the screen, you will see that I have the option to do a handful of emojis. I'm also able to, if I click out breakout rooms, to create breakout rooms automatically or to manually assign people. If I click the drop down here, I can create up to 50 breakout rooms. Clicking the 3 dots or more action allows me to see meeting options, meeting information, apply background effects, to turn on live captioning, or to edit other portions of the screen. One portion that may be important for council members or those who are taking notes is to once again navigate to these three dots, More Actions, and to then click Meeting Notes. Meeting notes will be public and will be available to all those. If I click Take Notes, I am brought then to the Meeting Notes section of the channel, where I am able to take notes however I would like to. Of course, this brings me out of the meeting video, which I can always minimize and bring back up. Once I'm done with the meeting, I can either click Leave or End Meeting. However, one last point for you to see is if I open Microsoft Teams under the Hudson River Presbytery Council and navigate to Posts, you will see Meeting in General occurring, and you are given the option to click Join. Joining, or by clicking Joining, you will be brought to the meeting that is happening live. Once I end the meeting, this portion or this announcement will disappear. As you can see, the meeting in general, which was started, has now disappeared, and the option to join is no longer possible. That covers the Meet section, or the basics of Meet, for Microsoft Teams for the Hudson River Presbytery Council. What we have covered here today touches on a few of the possibilities that Microsoft Teams opens up to bodies such as the Hudson River Presbytery Council. As we continue to roll this tool out to various committees and bodies within the presbytery, we hope that if you have questions or suggestions on ways that this tool may be utilized, that you reach out and share them with us. And if you have technical questions, feel free to reach out to Casey Carbone at casey@hudrivpres.org. Thank you very much.